is there anything that you regret along the way, and how would you address those Brazilians that say, hey, man, you went beyond hype, you went a little too far in some of the things you said?
Well, first off, I offer absolutely zero apologies. And secondly, listen, guys, if you're not willing to go too far, you will never go far enough in life. And I don't care. I don't promote fights. I pick fights. I'm like John Jones. I sound like Sean Combs. And I got trombone-sized stones like John Holmes.
Playtime is over. He can say whatever he wants. Like I said it last week, and I'll say it again. It's over. Saturday, a lot of things are going to change. It's going to be much different after Saturday.
Well, listen, if you knew your funeral was coming up, you'd probably have some parting words as well. It's nice to see the real Anderson come through, and I don't mean his funeral in a morbid way, but it's a funeral of a career, man. This is coming to an end on 7/7 at 7 p.m., 10 in the East, and only on pay-per-view. Chael Sonnen Promotions, in conjunction with Zuffa LLC, will bring to you Sonnen versus Silva 2, the end. He will step aside, and the man will walk through.
Para mim não mudou muita coisa. Desde que eu cheguei aqui, houve
It
muita
doesn't really
polêmica.
make too much of a difference where this fight is at. I'm going to do my job, whether it's anywhere in the world. I came here, and regardless of, the fans who see the type of work that I do inside the octagon, and regardless of if you're American or for what country you're from, I respect all the countries, and I'm sure that they respect my job that I do inside the octagon.
Anderson, a lot of people talked about Chael's wrestling in the first fight, but he outstruck you as well, especially early in the fight. Were you unprepared for his striking, and do you feel like you can turn that aspect of it around in the rematch?
Para ele me bater em pé, ele tem que ser mágico. Impossível ele me bater em pé.
For him to be able to strike with me standing up, he has to be a magician. It's impossible for him to stand up with me.
Chael, do you have a response?
Why are you asking questions in English? Anderson sits here like he doesn't understand you. Ed Soros interprets, and we got to hear it a second time. First off, he speaks English, and second, we could replace Ed Soros with an app I could download for $9.99. What kind of bizarro world are we in here? This is the strangest thing I've been part of. People ask me if I wanted to go to Brazil for the fight. Sure, it'd be neutral territory. Anderson lives in a mansion in Beverly Hills. Las Vegas, Nevada is closer to him than it is to Westland, Oregon. He's got home court advantage. What are we even doing here, guys? This is insanity. He sits over and pretends he doesn't speak English? Come on. It's like pretending you're the world champion. I can't believe... Guy walks around with a fake belt. That's insane. I would never do that. Oh, boo. Oh, he went too far with the fake belt. Come on. Where you guys been?
It's kind of like the way you speak Portuguese, right, Joe?
Exactly. $9.99 app on my iPhone.
Anderson, how do you, maintain the calm? Because I can kind of see, I can kind of just see, the stress coming off. What are you doing to maintain that level of calmness before you step into the octagon on Saturday night? Like, what's keeping you from, getting real personal?
Don't answer yet, Anderson. You got to pretend you don't understand. Ed?
Anderson, ele estava perguntando, você está assim, parecendo muito tranquilo. O que você está falando para você se sentir tão tranquilo assim e não deixar isso passar dos limites?
Se você treina 100%, o resultado é 100%. E eu estou 100% treinado. E o resultado vai ser 100%.
If you train 100%, the result will be 100%. I'm 100% trained, and the results are going to be 100%. I have to stay focused, When someone says that I'm the greatest, that's not a fact, it's an opinion. So I just try to stay focused and try to, keep my feet on the ground and just stay focused to do my best.
And then, Chael, do I dare ask you where you see Anderson in the list of all-time great fighters?
Listen, man, his record speaks for itself. He's a good, durable fighter. He's the champion, but I am the best. And there can be only one, and I'm not going to make any apologies for that. You know, and he's done a good, solid job. He's a durable guy. I'm a world-class athlete. He's a martial artist. I'm a cage fighter. And there's a tremendous difference. And on Saturday night, it's going to be one more in the win column, one more for the highlight reel, and one more for the bad guy.
Anderson, any concern that you might, from you or anyone in your camp, you might come into this fight too emotional and maybe drive away from the fight plan a little bit?
Nope.
Last week, when Anderson Silva kind of spilt the beans emotionally in that conference call on the phone, did you take something from that? And was there anything he left out of it in terms of the criticism he poured forth towards you?
No, I don't. You know, there's no gamesmanship here with me. I'm not trying to get in his head. I don't even really know what that means. You know, look, he erupted. The real Anderson came through. You know, he tried to talk down to me like I'm Vitor Belfort and I'm going to wilt and go in a corner. The fact is, I've been picking a fight for 2 years, and it looks like I found what I'm looking for.
You know, I have no words to really explain it other than the game is over. The game is over. You guys will see on Saturday night what I'm talking about. I don't have anything else to say other than he's screwed. You know, I also don't believe Chael deserves a rematch, but hey, you know, I'm an employee of the UFC, and if I have to go in there and beat his ass 10 more times, I'll beat his ass 10 more times.
People say it shouldn't be personal. Well, it is personal. This guy's coming over to my house and he's trying to steal, and I'm going to meet him at the door with closed fists, and that's the way it's going to go. Okay? I don't offer an apology, and I don't really care. And if he wants to act like his feelings are hurt, well, where's he been the last 2 years? Where was he the 4 years before that? Where was Rich Franklin at before that? I've called these guys. I've been the best for a long time, and I didn't get my shot. And I really don't give a damn if it hurt his feelings.
Olha só, nós fazemos parte de
You know, all of us athletes are part of a very elite group of the top athletes in the world that fight for this great company of the UFC. I believe that the comments that he made about my wife, the comments that he made about my country is very disrespectful, not only to me, but to the country and also to the UFC. I think that we're a very elite top athletes and we shouldn't be talking like that about each other.
A gente não pode esquecer que ele caiu no doping, ele desrespeitou uma nação, ele simplesmente é um cara indisciplinado, porque ele desrespeitou não só a mim, mas todos os outros atletas que lutam aqui. Isso, o que ele fez em relação ao que ele falou da minha esposa, acho que aqui também é crime, ele é um criminoso. E outra coisa, é um cara que caiu no fisco americano. Então, esse cara não devia estar aqui no UFC, mas tudo bem.
You know, just to say it, I mean, Chael was, you know, he tested positive for steroids. He offended a nation. You know, he's been charged with a crime. It's just, I mean, how can you take anything that this guy says for real? I mean, this guy's ridiculous. Yeah, you know, Chael, once again, you know, I feel that he doesn't deserve it. It's not even so much about me. I mean, he was in his most dominant position for most of the fight. If I was in the most dominant position for a few seconds, the fight wouldn't have went the way it went. And I know that my ribs are injured. I'm not making excuses. I'm more explaining everything. But, you know, he got, you know, the other fighters that I've faced in the UFC are much more qualified than Chael. I mean, I beat a guy up for 5 rounds in Abu Dhabi, and this guy submitted him in seconds in the UFC. So to me, I just don't think this guy deserves it.
I got to plead ignorance on that first fight. And you're right. I thought if you tapped, it ended the round. I did not know that the contest as a whole would come to a conclusion. I do now know, so that is cleared up. As far as deserving of a rematch, man, I don't get that talk. That's just ridiculous talk right there. You know, I'd love to give everybody a match. When I win this championship, I will never be a closet champion. The most frustrating thing about being an athlete in this sport is that you only get to compete 3 times a year. As a wrestler, I'd beat 8 or 9 guys in one day. You know, I don't get that who deserves and who. Man, if you're 185 pounds and you say my name, I will give you a beating the same as anybody else.
What changed? Why did you take the fight? Was it revenge? Was it just financial? Was it because Dana bullied you? What changed?
Eu amo meu trabalho, eu amo estar aqui no UFC. Desde que eu cheguei aqui, eu sempre fui bem recebido, sempre fui bem tratado pelo Dana, pelo Lorenzo. Amo meu trabalho.
Yes,
Tô aqui pra
I'm here
lutar,
because I love what I
faço meu
do.
trabalho.
Since the minute I came into the UFC, Dana and Lorenzo have always treated me very well. The second part is that, you know, we can't forget, especially you guys as American people, can't forget the statements that this guy made about Lance Armstrong, who's one of the greatest athletes in American history. And, you know, him talking about him giving himself steroids and doing all the things that he said that he did. But now also, Chael has got the TRT replacement, which to me and to a lot of people is pretty much a similar type of thing that he was complaining about, that Lance Armstrong was doping and doing all these things. And not only to myself, but I feel that the people responsible for the UFC and the Athletic Commission should take a second look at that.
What's my take on it? I mean, come on, it's very public. I'm not proud of it. I don't take my medication, I will die. I don't need to apologize for that. I mean, what do you want me to say on the topic? Talk to the commission. There's a number of rules, and we'll follow all of the rules.
How do you predict the fight's going to go?
Man, victory. All I can tell you is it's going to be a hard fight. You know, it's like we just had to do this primetime show, and they come out and they get ready to spar, and so they say, "Hey, should we turn the cameras off?" I said, "We need to turn the cameras." I go, "Well, but you're going to start. You're going to spar. He's going to study that." It's like, guys, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to walk out there as soon as I get the chance. I'm going to wait for him to throw a kick like he always does. I'm going to put my forehead in his chest, run him into that cage, put him on his prissy little ass, and run this into his head for 25 minutes or until he gives up. That's my prediction.
Eu vou bater nele, eu vou bater nele, eu vou bater nele, ele vai tentar me agarrar, eu vou bater nele de novo, eu vou bater nele, eu vou bater nele, e aí ele vai desistir.
Well, the way it's going to go is I'm going to hit him, then I'm going to hit him some more, then I'm going to hit him even more, and then he's going to try to grab onto me. I'm going to keep hitting him until he gives up.